the storms come crashing in, it's easy to feel lost, without direction, without hope.
Hopeless, completely. There was nothing in my life to keep me going.
And sometimes it's really, really hard because I'm like, I can't do this.
None of us can do this alone. None of us can make the choices and the changes and the progress in our lives that has to be made alone.
Like a lighthouse in a storm, Hope Harbor shows the way for those facing pain, loss, and desperation, restoring hope and empowering children and families to have lives rich with purpose, harmony, and joy.
Okay, let's pray, guys.
Hope Harbor gives young teens, considered at risk often because of traumatic events and family upheavals in their lives, something they badly need: a home where there is peace.
That was on you. You did.
And laughter. And yes, responsibility, daily chores.
It has to be done right.
Are required. Establishing what it means to be a responsible member of a family. There are separate homes for boys and girls, with no more than 6 teens per home at one time. Individual attention is key in the home.
When you read the Bill of Rights, what is that about?
And in the classroom. At the Academy at Hope Harbor, veteran teachers work with students in small groups, and often one-on-one.
They're actually sitting there, and it's hands-on education. Like, they are sitting there. Anytime you have a question, they're there, and they're willing to answer it.
For many of them, they have gotten lost in public school because public schools can't slow down for them. And we actually slow the process down so we can get them back on track and willing to learn.
The Academy provides certified instruction in all the core subjects.
Jesus told them, "I've gone to prepare a place for you."
Bible study is also part of the student's day, along with art and reading. Driving it all is a steadfast commitment to each student's success.
It's this amazing feeling, like, oh my goodness. I mean, when I came in here, straight Fs. I didn't have anything other than an F because I didn't try it. I didn't want to try it. I didn't want to do anything. I came here, I'm making straight A's. 1B. 1B.
And Hope Harbor's commitment continues well after the teens return home, with follow-up support embraced as essential to their long-term success. Hope Harbor offers family counseling and parent training, both on-site and in the community, regardless of the ability to pay. That whole family, whole community approach is key.
We have been able to work through the family counseling with her and her father, and they have lunch here on campus after their session and sit in here and talk and chat, and there's laughter, and we hear that through the hall, and it just really warms your heart because that is not how they originally presented at the time of their interview.
Hope Harbor knows parenting can be one of the toughest jobs in the world.
It is really hard. You love that child. You want what's best for that child, and when they're making the wrong choices, it's really hard to let them make the wrong decision and suffer the consequence.
My daughter just couldn't handle him anymore. He was just very angry, he was actually starting to get, not abusive, but going that direction, and she just couldn't deal with him.
I mean, honestly, I still have concerns about when she comes home,
Hope Harbor understands those concerns, making sure parents never have to feel alone, providing parent training, and a support system that's always there. Dating back to its beginnings in 1947, the Children's Home has been, and still is, the heart and soul of Hope Harbor's ministries, but with so many children and families in need.
From the moment of her birth, she had the message from her father that it probably would have been better if she was not born.
Hope Harbor has responded by moving outside of its own campus walls and reaching into the community. Christian counseling is provided to children and families, regardless of ability to pay.
I do my best to draw on my relationship with God and try to funnel that into the lives of those that I'm seeing, so that they can see His light for their lives.
Parent training is offered in church settings, workshops in the community, or any avenues available. Children of all ages and families from all walks of life are receiving hope and a chance at a better future through Hope Harbor's family ministry programs.
It was make it or break it, and I was ready to break it. I was ready to just give up. And he made me come back from that. He made me feel like maybe I could.
For many families, it's nothing less than a lifeline, even beyond razor wire and steel bars.
I was really afraid I would never see her again when she went to prison.
In addition to Hope Harbor's program on campus and in the community, there's a prison ministry bringing hope to children like Brittany, her sister Tabitha, and their mother, whose drug addictions cost her more than her freedom.
I was always upset about it. I remember crying a lot because I missed my mom.
The girls were taken away to live with a relative.
And at that point, I just completely crumbled because I felt like I had walked away from him. I gave up, and it was really overwhelming.
That's when Bill Hammer came into Misty's life.
Many of the inmates feel that they're worthless. They've been told they were, and when they start realizing that they can change and that they can learn to be a better parent or even a good parent, it changes their whole attitude about themselves.
Bill Hamrick coordinates Hope Harbor's prison ministry, taking parent training, life training, and counseling to inmates in a very dark place.
He gave me something that I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere else. He gave me hope. He gave me the will to want to change, to try to come out of the darkness.
A light in a very dark storm. Hope Harbor is there, a beacon of love, expertise, and compassion in our prisons, in the children's homes, in the academy, and throughout our community.
This row is men's pants, starting with size 28 and moving on up.
Here at Thrift Harbor, even helping those who are struggling financially to afford quality clothes.
There was a time in my life when my children and I needed help and it wasn't there. And I don't want that for other families. They need help and we should be there for them.
Hope Harbor is there for them. A shelter during life's worst storms, restoring hope.
I'm going to be happy for the first time since I can remember, since I was a kid. I'm genuinely happy just being me.
Restoring lives.